Good afternoon and welcome to the Ellen Carrington Show on Spreaker Radio. It's been stated that the show wouldn't resume until this coming fall, and that remains true. But I wanted to do a special broadcast today on a few thoughts about how easy it can be to get trapped in what I like to call quote-unquote stinking thinking, and how certain people can bring us back from the brink. First, a couple of things. Past episodes of the Ellen Carrington Show are archived on my YouTube channel. All shows are free to listen to at any time, so if you missed any broadcasts from the past year, be sure to pop over there and give a listen to shows of interest. And for those of you who don't already know, I now have a Facebook author page where I'll post current news on my books, some writing humor and tips I find online, and other related topics. I'll post a link along with some other mentioned sites at the end of today's episode. And while discussing books, the progress on my next project, Rise, continues to go well. I had the opportunity to briefly discuss it this past Monday night on Night Owl Reviews' Chat with the Authors, which was a fun, good time, and I'd like to thank the folks for that. And the book is scheduled for release this coming fall, with the chance of early 2015 at the latest, depending on my publisher being able to maintain their current schedule. As many of you are aware, delays can develop, hence an exact date not currently noted. Wish I could give you an exact date, but unfortunately I can't because, as they say, stuff happens. Now, on to today's topic that I mentioned earlier. I'm sure most of us encountered someone in our lives who turned out to be far from what we thought they were, and that can be disappointing. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Lord knows I'm far from it, and I've done things in my past I'm not proud of. But when a person we respect eventually shows their true colors, it can be a great letdown, to say the least. Without going into details, I recently experienced a similar situation, and it affected me profoundly for a period of time. I was at the point where I not only considered altogether giving up doing many things I've loved in the past several years, writing among them, I was also on the edge of slipping back into old mentalities. And see, that's where the old stinking thinking comes back in. But thanks to two men, one who's been the love of my life for the last 2 years, and another who I've yet to meet in person but found on Twitter, I am happy to say I'm back and stronger than ever. Dawn has especially been wonderful, despite still being angry about the situation I mentioned earlier and how it affected me. He tends to hang on to things longer than I do, but his encouraging words and constant reminders of my worth as a writer, a friend, and most important, as a human being. He stressed that if certain people can't be grateful for one's efforts or can't be bothered taking time to discuss problems in a private and professional manner like adults, and I'm going to stress on this, ladies and gentlemen, they're the ones with the issues, not I and not you. And they need God in their lives. Those are Dawn's words, not mine, by the way. You know, Dawn really made me think about many things and rebolstered my confidence in the process, and I cannot express enough, gratitude toward him for that because, we need supportive people in our lives, and he's just been fantastic. Yes, he can be a royal pain in the butt sometimes, and his habits leave much to be desired, but having him in my life is probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And he's just great. I mean, I think his good traits seem to outnumber his bad, to be honest with you. But the second man is someone who may be familiar to anyone following American football within the last decade. Jeff Reed was born in Kansas City, Missouri on April 9, 1979 to Pamela and Morris Reed. Morris was a basketball player for Wichita State, where Pamela was a cheerleader, and provided the perfect mix of encouragement as athleticism that would help mold Jeff into the player he would become and the person he is today. Jeff idolized his older sister Kristen, a superb athlete in her own right, before the family moved to the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina. He attended the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, majoring in journalism, and he played football there. He had never kicked in a college game until the 2000 season, but emerged as one of the most consistent kickers in the country. Think about that for a moment. He entered the 2000 season as a walk-on, but earned a scholarship and finished his career connecting on 28 out of 36 field goals and 66 out of 67 extra points. Isn't that something? He was one of 20 semifinalists of the Lou Groza Award, which is given annually to the nation's top kicker, and honored for his 2 seasons of play with the Tar Heels, but more importantly, was first team academic All-ACC. I can tell you, this guy is accomplished. Now, let's tell you a little more about this guy, because he's just amazing. After an initial opportunity with the New Orleans Saints of the National Football League, Jeff ended up trying out and signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He signed as a free agent in 2002, more than halfway through the regular season, when the current Steelers kicker was injured. He finished with 100 points in the final 6 games, and the Steelers won the newly created AFC North Division. They made him their primary kicker after the season ended, offering him a contract and solidifying then struggling kicking game. In his nearly 9-year career with the Steelers, Jeff was a member of the Super Bowl 40 and Super Bowl 43 winning teams. He is known for his consistent clutch kicking in all playing conditions, his involvement in the community, and outgoing personality. Boy, I won't argue with that. He is the second highest scoring Steeler with 733 points and trails only Gary Anderson's 1,343 points. After his release in 2010, Jeff also played for the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, he's currently making a name for himself through the airwaves as the host of Kicking It with Jeff Reed on ESPN 730 in Charlotte, North Carolina, and has been added by Sports Talk 610 AM, The Fan in Charlotte as well, as an on-air radio personality. Jeff has also started his own podcast, Barely Controlled Radio, or BCR for short, where he records live from, quote-unquote, the man cave, not the man cave, the man cave, his secret recording studio on his compound in Charlotte. This podcast provides him with the platform to voice opinions on issues ranging from sports to pets to relationships, and I don't think any holes are going to be barred there, so you want to check out that podcast. I learned about BCR from following Jeff on Twitter. He's replied to and favorited some of my tweets on occasion, and I had an opportunity to listen to the first 2 podcasts, both which really hit home with me, especially the line he ends each episode with, and it's a quote from Buddha as well, "You are what you think." The thing with Jeff is he's honest, he keeps it real, and he isn't afraid to say what he thinks while being the utmost professional at all times, which gives me nothing but utmost respect for him. Oddly enough, he and Dawn appear to share the same traits, even though the two never met. And may I add, both have a great sense of humor. Yeah, and nothing's better than a guy who can make you laugh, But getting back to this "you are what you think" line, it really got to me, because it's true. When we slide into stinking thinking, as I like to call it, it brings up feelings of worthlessness, thwarts us from our life and work's goals, and perhaps brings on, you just want to give up, to say the least. On the other hand, positive thinking, once you get the stinking thinking out of your mind, that's going to drive us to achieve and bolster our self-confidence when goals are accomplished. You're going to be more, hey, I want to get up in the morning, I want to do this, I want to go there. Okay, this task hasn't been completed. Let's get that done, get it out of the way. Or, what else can I get into today that'll be, a positive impact on my life? Whether, you want to sit down and write another chapter on your manuscript, or you want to take your kids to the ball game, or you want to redecorate your kitchen. It happens. But no matter who or what someone is, Both you and I are worth far more than that person, eventually showing toxic attributes. And I mentioned this earlier, the person turns out to be what you didn't think they were. I mean, they turn out to be, and I'm going to get flamed for this, somebody going to come out and say it, an asshole, But don't let these people drag you down with their snotty remarks or other behavior that's less than desirable. Align yourself with these positive people, secure in who they are, without being arrogant, without putting on a phony front, without saying, hey, I did this, I did that, I'm great, I'm fantastic. Big freaking deal, you're not impressing me. Not anymore anyway, because I know who you really are. You're a butthole, okay? But the positive people are ones who will support you and offer encouragement even in the worst of times. So think about that for a moment. Because those are the people you really want to hang out with. Otherwise, who gives a shit? You don't need that. But I'm going to play a song right now that, goes in, gets me going every morning and pretty much lies in with today's broadcast. It's called Pop Evil. The band's called Pop Evil, I should say. And the song is called Trenches. And I hope you enjoy it.
Here I come, yeah! I've waited all my life to get out of the trenches. I'm ready to fight for what I believe you can steal from me. I won't take this. Gonna fill these trenches and stand up. Wake up. I won't give up. 'Cause here I come, yeah!
And we are back here on the Ellen Carrington Show. That was Trenches by Pop Evil. Kind of a song that goes with today's theme. And talking about stinking thinking and how positive people can turn that around a little bit. And as I was saying earlier, you're worth more than sticking around toxic people. You're just setting, and I spent a lot of my life around toxic people, even my own relatives. They, one minute they're saying one thing, next minute they're putting you down. The feeling of worthlessness. You get to the place in your life, like to say, what's the point? And that's not a good way to be. It's not a good place to be in, because it just ends up affecting you physically, affects you psychologically, and it stalls you in life. But when you find supportive people like Dawn, everybody needs a Dawn or a Jeff in their lives, let's put it that way, that build you up and say, hey, you can do this. Why don't you try this? Let me show you your potential, because I see that potential in you. And when that positive person tells you that and you let them into your life, you're going to really shine. You're going to go for miles. And you're going to explore things you never even considered. And this is one reason why I'm grateful for the supportive people I have in my life, because I honestly think I would not have written that first novel if I hadn't had someone supportive in my life. And I'm thankful for the writer friends I met 4 years ago, because I did freelancing for years and I knew I could do at least some degree of writing, but I never thought of doing a book until 4 years ago. And that's pretty much when The Cruiserweight took off. Not take off as well as this last book did, but it did pretty well. And I do sell a few on Kindle now and again. Paperback's out of print, by the way, in case any of you were wondering. But it goes to show what life can be like when you surround yourself with the right people. Get the toxic people out of your life. If somebody's an asshole, just tell them, hey, there's the door. Don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you, okay? You don't need that. You're worth more than that. I'm worth more than that. And and if people got a problem with you and they can't hash it out in private, as Dawn says, they're the ones with the issues, not you. And, you don't need that crap. You're better than that. Find something you're good at. Find something that you love. Stick with it. Ignore the haters. And just go out there, be you, and let it shine, baby, because there's only one you, and we have one dance in this lifetime. By God, take advantage of it. And with that, I am going to leave you with a song by the Dirty Heads, oddly called enough, Shine. And it works with today's broadcast. Enjoy, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for listening today.
If you come to be yourself original, let it shine. If all your friends are friends of love, then they're all friends of mine. If you come to be yourself original, let it shine. If your friends are friends of love, then we're all friends. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Why don't you let yourself, when you need yourself, why don't you let yourself shine? Just let yourself shine.
explode, never stop until it's gone. Through the fire, through the cold, over mountains, down the road. Cities come and cities go, moving individuals. Well, if you seen us, then you know we ain't tryna be no greatest dirty-headed kids from the city of the sun. And I wish that we can stay, but it's time for us to shine. If your friends are friends of love, and your friends are friends of mine. To be, it's all original.